Deliah's hiding out inside, huh? Huh? I got you some minerals. I got you some new minerals. You're gonna like them, Deloris. Hey, Sammy. Oh, hello. Silly. Hey. What you doing? What you doing, Samson? Such a good boy. You guys want a snack? Do you want a snack? Yes. Where's Delia? There she is. Don't eat my phone, Samson. Don't eat my phone, silly ball. Hey, big girl. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought that I would bring you guys out and update you on the cows and how they're doing, and show you how it's going here in the winter. We finally are getting some snow today. This is our first winter with the cows, and we've still got the 3 of them. Deloris here, who is pregnant and due in March, beginning of March, and then our little bull Samson, and then Delia, who's always in the barn hiding. But yeah, so this is our first winter with them, and so it's been kind of an experiment to see, as far as our feeding schedule goes, how much hay they're gonna need and everything to keep weight on. We get our hay from our own field. Deloris. We get our hay from our own field, and it's a grass alfalfa mix. So there's lots of different stuff out there. There's Delia. And there she is. So anyways, my husband built a feeder for the hay, and I will show you guys that. Our cows are 100% grass fed. We don't feed grain or anything like that. And so we've been kind of learning what minerals they need, what kind of supplements that they need in the winter time, and how much hay they need and everything. So so far so good. They've been keeping a real nice weight on them so far, especially Deloris. I don't want her to lose any weight because she's fairly far along in her pregnancy, and Delia is pregnant with her first calf as well, and she'll be due later in the summer, maybe early fall. I haven't done the calculations yet, and Samson looks really nice and round and healthy, but we did notice that we feed them twice a day. We put hay. We have about, our feeders right between 4 and 5 foot wide, and we fill it full with hay twice a day. So we're using about a bale and a half, a bale and 3/4 or so per day for the 3 of them, depending on the size of the bale. They're all kind of different size, so yeah, so it kind of varies. And we also have a lot of round bales too, so the round bales last us about a month for the 3 of them so far, and their weight's been great, and they look healthy and they act healthy, and they've been spending a lot of time outside. But when it's really bad, usually if it's raining, they go inside and hang out. But for the most part, they like to go outside and stuff a bit too, so. Samson, you're supposed to be a big scary bull. What are you doing? Anyways, so today we talked to our neighbor and asked what he thought about how we were feeding them and stuff, and he suggested getting them on some selenium minerals. So our minerals that we were feeding them or the block minerals that you always seen. I mean, I always seen them growing up at the Tractor Supply store. And so that is what we got, the brown blocks that are a trace mineral salt block. And so that's what we had, 2 of those, 1 in each stall, but now that they're together, they just kind of have the both of them in the one stall together, and no selenium. And so we thought, yeah, we looked, you know, did some research and stuff and thought, yeah, we better get them on selenium. Especially our pregnant mamas are going to need the selenium so that they don't spontaneously abort their calves or have any problems when the calves are born. So I went and picked up some selenium today. I still have about 2 half blocks of the salt and trace mineral blocks. So I'm going to keep one of those blocks out, and the other container I'm going to put the loose, I bought the loose minerals because I was reading and heard that those are what the go-to is, the best these days, because they can get the supply that they need out of the loose minerals. And when you have the blocks, it's just hard for them to get as much as they need from that block, licking it and stuff. So anyways, I have that over there, and I'm going to bring that into the barn, and I will show you guys what I got and show you kind of how the winter chores are doing out here. These guys are actually pretty calm right now and quiet, but on occasion they're quite loud, and they, especially Deloris, she will moo really, really loud when she wants her dinner. So it's kind of early, it's about 4 o'clock, and we usually don't do the evening chores until dark time, but I wanted to bring my camera along and show you guys how the cows are doing. So enough of my chit-chatting. I will go around and bring those in the barn, and we will get those to the cows and see what they think. You can always see Miss Deloris standing in the door, waiting, huh? Silly girl. You're always standing there waiting for food, huh? Alright, sorry about the lighting. It's kind of dark in the barn. We just have the one light over here, but this is the stuff that I picked up. I got it at Tractor Supply. It's our only store near us that has farm supplies and things. So it's the Champion's Choice Selenium 90, and this is the powder-free minerals instead of the block. So I am going to go in the stall and get the other container that I can put it in for them. Hello. What you guys doing? What you guys doing? I got you a snack. I think you're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. So I'm just gonna, for now, reuse the container that I have and see how that goes. If they poop or pee in it, then I'll have to consider another style of container. But since I already bought this one for the block, I don't want to waste it. Get in, get in. Hey, Sam. Hey. Okay, so shoot, I forgot to turn the water on. I'm gonna have to come back. All right. Alrighty, so I've got this block here that I'm gonna go ahead and bring out and fill it with minerals and put it back in here. Hello, Delia. Hi, guys. And we need to clean the barn, feed them some hay, and I have to go turn the water on and fill up the water trough as well. So, all right, I got it. They are so curious. Sometimes it's hard to get in and out without them getting in your way because they just want to be right in your face. Cows are so funny. No idea. So I'm just going to take what's left of this mineral block. That's the salt and trace mineral block, and I'm just going to use the same container. It does have holes in it, which I didn't realize. so I don't know if it's gonna work. I do have some rubber. I do have these rubber containers that I could use maybe. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna open this bag and see how thick this powder is. Okay, so new idea. I did not realize that the block holder had the drainage holes in the bottom, so I'm gonna use one of these rubber. I'm gonna use the rubber pail that I showed you for now and put it kind of by the water, because they tend to not go to the bathroom as much near the water. So I'm just gonna put it by the trough, and hopefully that'll keep them from digging at it and flipping it and playing in it and ruining all the minerals. But luckily the 50-pound bag's only $11, so if it doesn't work out and I have to get another feeder, at least I'm not out a ton of money if they mess it up. Oh, guys. Huh. But I'm gonna get that out to them now, and then I'll show you what else I bought, because I've been reading a little bit about protein in the cows as well. And like I said before, we feed our own hay that comes from our own field, and it's not the most perfect hay on the planet. We just moved here last year, and so we haven't done anything to the fields or anything as far as fertilizing or seeding or anything like that. So it is what we have. And so it is an alfalfa grass mixture, but some bales you might have a lot of alfalfa, and then others you might not have a lot of alfalfa and things. So I don't know exactly how much protein they're getting from the hay, and so I did want to supplement some kind of protein, but the protein tubs that they sell here are so expensive. Excuse me. And I'm not sure how long they would last for the 3 of them, and we're planning on getting more cows in the future as well. So I thought that for now, while I'm still reading up on it and kind of learning about it, I could supplement with just alfalfa, straight alfalfa pellets. So for our stanchion, I had planned on milking Deloris, and then when I'm done, giving her some alfalfa Timothy pellets as a reward, and also to just help her, you know, keep weight on and stuff like that, and just kind of a reward for giving us milk and things. So I did have that, but so today I went ahead and picked up just a straight alfalfa pellet, and I'm going to keep it just in the same container over by the stanchion, and I'll just give them a scoop of that or so in the trough per day and see if I notice a difference, because it is about 13, or no, I think it was 15% protein, and that's just the alfalfa pellets. So I thought that I would try that. It's not perfect maybe, but as I'm learning and things, it's not like a dire thing for them right now or anything. They're perfectly fine without it, but so I just wanted to go ahead and do that. So anyways, I guess I don't have to tell you about it later now, because I just told you the whole story. But so I'm gonna go ahead and pour these in and see how they like them. Here's what the selenium looks like. You can either get it in the green block or this green powder. So our first time using the powder, so we will see how it goes and monitor, and I'll kind of let you guys know if we see a difference or if we like it or whatever. So alrighty, so I put some in. That's like not even a quarter of a bag, so I will put that in there and see how they like it. I think Deloris is looking forward to it. All right. All right, so they're gonna take turns checking it out. What you think, Samson? Huh? Did you need some? What is it? It's not hay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Get back, baby. What'd you think? It's something new? my phone, Delia. What'd you think, Dolores? You've been needing that, huh? Good girl, Delia. Drink some water. What you think? What you think, Samson? Huh? Is it good? Is it good? You been needing that, huh? Hello. Hello, baby. Okay. They seem to like it, and they are trying it out. So we're just gonna feed it free choice. I only put a small amount in there because I don't know how, how much they're gonna go through. So it'll be kind of a trial and error thing until we get it just right. But anyhoozle, I'm going to get the alfalfa pellets out of the car and bring that over to them and get that ready. And I need to run inside and turn the water on. Our frost-free hydrant in the barn is leaking, so we have to replace it. So meantime, we have to come into the house and turn the water on and off from in there. Run out there, water them, come back in, and then turn the water off. So, but let me show you these alfalfa pellets real quick. Okay, so these are the alfalfa pellets that I picked up. They're the Deloris brand, and they are marketed for horses, but I feed them for my cows. And I got another grain scoop so that I can scoop them out. I'll show you where I'm going to store them. So I got this big container secondhand. So I think I paid $3 for it. And I just keep it by the milking stanchion so that I can give her some grass and alfalfa pellets. But these are a grass alfalfa mix, but I'm just gonna put these in on top. And these are the alfalfa pellets that I got. They were cheaper than the ones that didn't have the cute horse on them. So I just got the one with the cute horse on them and saved $1 or $2 and got 10 pounds extra. I'm going to put that in there and just kind of use this as a supplement for protein. And I got to turn the water on. So our frost-free hydrant is leaking, so we have to turn the water off in the house. It's not on a separate well from the house, so we just turn it on and off from the house for now. And this is for the tank heater. So we do have a heater in the tank now, and it's supposed to turn on when it gets below freezing, so it turns on and off automatically. And you can usually tell because the light goes dim. Alright, but I'm going to go ahead and fill that up. Alright, so I got the water going, and I got them their minerals. I still need to clean the barn, and I need to get them some hay. So like I said, we feed them hay twice a day. We come in the morning before we leave for work, or sometime after coffee if it's a weekend or whatever. And my husband and I typically do the cow chores. My son typically does the rabbit chores, and my daughter typically does the chicken chores, and then we all kind of share whatever is left, or the kids are assigned extra chores depending on what needs done. So anyways, we have all this hay that came from our field. We have used one round bale so far. We just opened a second bale, and we've used numerous amounts of square bales of various sizes. And this is what we have left. I don't know exactly how much is there. I believe there's at least 8 round bales here, and dozens of square bales. So right now we had one bale left here that wasn't baled very well. The netting kind of was at the end of what was left, and so it was kind of not really neat and tidy like the rest of them. So like these ones are good. This one was kind of not really, had a lot of baling on it. So we're gonna go ahead and feed that next. We just busted that open yesterday. And I'll show you how we feed round bales without a tractor, because we do not have a tractor yet. It's something that we are still looking for, one that is in our price range and will suit what we need done on the farm. So for now, we have these inside. Our neighbor brought them up to the front door of our barn for us with his tractor, and he had his kids helped us to bring the square bales in. And most of the round bales he set out here, and then we all just, me and my husband and our 2 kids, were able to roll them into the barn, and he gave us a few wood pallets to put the hay on so that it's not directly on the concrete, because we do have concrete floors throughout the whole barn. And so we have them on the wood pallets to keep them from getting wet on the ground, except for we had one that we didn't have a wood pallet for, and so that's the one we already fed. But we also got a few of the wood pallets for free from Lowe's, so that was a plus. But anyway, so now that we have them in the barn and they are free from any weather getting them or any water getting them, we basically pull it apart by hand. We cut the baling twine off, and we just pull it apart by hand. So I have a big galvanized tub that I bought a few years ago when we were brooding some baby chicks in them. Actually, our hens out there that we have now, I brooded them in this little galvanized container, and it's the perfect size. I can load it up and kind of overfill it, and then I carry it over to the feeder that my husband built, and I put it in there, and if I get the right amount, it fills up that about 4 to 5 foot feeder perfectly. So then I'm not traipsing hay all around and getting waste all over the floor. We try to keep the floor fairly clean in here. Right now it's kind of messy, but typically I keep the floor clean in here, and then any hay that does get spread around, I sweep up, and we'll give that to them as well so that we have minimal waste with the hay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling this off because they're anxious. They know that I'm about to give them hay, and I'll show you the feeder after that. Alrighty, so that is basically what it looks like. Get the big old tub full of hay, and then I carry it over there behind the horse trailer. Behind the cow trailer, I guess. Okay, so right here, there's the stall door you've seen. So right over here, we have this little latch. This was already here. And so I thought, let's put the feeder right here so I can fill the feeder up with hay. So we didn't have to cut another hole so far. And I just have this little chair, and I bring my hay over here and set it down, and open the little door, and there's our hay feeder. So they wait and stare up at the opening for their dinner or their breakfast. Right, Deloris? And then I just fill this up with hay twice a day. Yes. And it's the perfect size for the 3 of them. We will have a lot of changes coming in the future. We do plan on getting more cattle. We plan on eventually just having 1 Jersey. We are still probably looking for the perfect Jersey. We do want an A2, A2, and we had these girls tested and they're A1, A2. And we plan on getting at least 3 or 4 Dexter cows for our beef supply, and just have the 1 dairy cow. So All right, I'm gonna fill this up and then I'll show you the hay feeder from the other side. All right, so I put the mineral block, what was left of the one, next to that, and it's next to their trough, and I just filled that up. I gotta go turn the water off, but it's kind of a mess in here. It's part of winter, but this is the hay feeder. So this is all concrete, which is not ideal, but it's kind of what we have to work with right now. We are planning to move the cows and add on to our barn at some point. So there will not be a concrete floor in the new cow barn, but for now, it's what we have to work with. I did put a rubber mat right there. I do have a couple more, but they are on my milking stanchion, so I didn't really want to use them right now, but I thought they needed some extra support there to help prevent slipping, because the concrete is really slippery for cow hooves. I'm going to go ahead and give them a little bit of these alfalfa pellets for the protein supplement. And that is the trough that my husband made for me. I love it so much, and so do the cows. So the hay part up top is about 5 foot wide, I think. It's perfect width for the 3 of them to fit, although the bull and the boss cow, Deloris and Samson, they kind of push each other back and forth for food, but we did not secure the bottom part to the wall because we were afraid that they may damage the cinder blocks. So they do move that around, and every time before we feed them, we just come and pull it under the manger there. And then any of the hay that falls, or the alfalfa, the chaff and stuff that falls, it'll fall down there, and then they eat it. Deloris especially loves to eat down out of that trough and get all the chaff that falls down. But I need to clean up this barn now. Give me a go, girls. Good girls. All right, but I just added a little bit of that alfalfa pellets for some protein because this round bale doesn't seem to have a ton of alfalfa in it. All right, so I just need to shovel in here, get all the manure out, and for the pea, because we have the cement slabs, we have a couple of big squeegees. So we have these huge squeegees, and we use them to get the urine out so that it is as less slippery as possible. When it gets wet, the concrete is especially slippery for them. So we try to keep it as dry as possible, and we clean it once or twice a day, every single day, depending on how dirty it is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shovel and get all this manure out of here. Whew, okay, that is much better, and they are still munching away on their hay. So I got the floor all cleaned, got all the manure out of here, and squeegeed the whole floor so it'll be much less slippery now. And I do that. I feed them, like I said, twice a day. And I clean the stall, depending on how bad it is, 1 to 2 times a day, every day. And Deloris, look at you. You are a mess, girlfriend. She is covered in chaff, covered in alfalfa all over her head. Look at her. She loves to eat out of the bottom. Don't fight with Sammy. You're being so rude. Poor boy. So they have all of this space to themselves. Their water with the de-icer, their minerals. So this gate all summer we had closed across here, so it was 2. And because Delia was too young to be bred, we had her up in this front part solo. And Deloris and Samson were in this side and had this pasture all winter. But because they're not really grazing, and I want to not ruin our pasture, and this is all a hill, we decided to put them just on our front pasture. So we put this gate over here and tied it up to this old hay manger that was here before, and just keep it shut so this side is shut off, and then they have access to this front pasture. So this front pasture here is what they have access to for now in the winter. And yeah, it's not very big, but like I said, they're not grazing, so we don't need them to be walking around and ruining the grass and things back there, getting it all muddy and stuff. So they hang out up here, and they have access to the entire stall in the barn. So we're thinking hopefully this spring or summer, if everything goes well and we can afford it, we are thinking of turning this pasture into our pig pasture. We wanted to have an area for the pigs that are near the other animals and around the barn that we already have, and we have limited space with how it's set up. So we're trying to really organize everything to maximize our space. So we're thinking of moving this fence line back a little bit so that it's centered with the barn. And then there's a corner post right there. Putting another fence line there that goes across. So we have 2 smaller pastures that we can put our pigs in and kind of do what we're doing right now with the cows. So the stall area that you see the cows in now would be where the pigs were. And we would obviously remodel the barn area there to suit pigs, and we would redo the fence here to suit pigs. And right over there where you see the wire gate, that is where the chickens are. So we were going to make the chicken area smaller slightly and build onto the back of the barn here, build kind of a lean-to type structure off the back side of the barn to have that be the stall area for the cows. We also then in the future would do the same off the front, bring kind of the roof line over and add lean-to or something to the front side of the barn as well if we ever expand that far. And then the cows would have access up the hill, and we plan on rearranging the pastures up there a little bit more so that we can graze them on specific pastures that we want, so that we can kind of move them around better to grow our grass and all that. So alright, so I guess that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed coming along out to the barn and seeing how we are doing with our winter chores and taking care of the cows in the winter. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. God bless, and have a good one.